Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Guma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the top 3 stocks that you should be keeping on your watch list for today. Once again, in this pre-market analysis, I'm gonna start off with Peloton because yesterday that was the first stock that I mentioned, and then I completely forgot about it. And honestly, that's okay though, because right now is the perfect time, like literally the perfect time for me to talk about Peloton. So let's start off with that one. Let's see here. PTON. Yeah. Okay. So Peloton did great. It's still doing great right now, as in moving up. Again, we trade on both directions. But when I say great, I'm talking about the way it's moving up nicely with the whole market. Now, there's two things here that I want all of you to keep in mind, especially for today. Number one, people who got in here are really happy right now. The long bias traders are very happy, and they may or may not want to take their money off the table. And if they do, then you might see a rapid drop all the way down to like 118, and then they could just consolidate over here throughout the entire day. Okay, a move upwards like immediately will be is highly unlikely given the fact that we're up by so much. So if you're in this thing, just don't be too greedy. Do expect a pullback. Like people will want to take their money off the table. Okay. But the other thing that I want y'all to know is that earnings is also right around the corner this afternoon after market. And again, on this channel, I do not recommend any, especially beginners. Like beginners holding through earnings, holding options through earnings is like the easiest way for you to lose your money overnight. So I don't do it personally unless it's just too easy for me to just not be a part of it unless it's that. But this one is different because it's if you look on a daily chart, right? If you look on a daily chart, it looks like it wants to make a turnaround. Okay, it looks like it wants to make a turnaround. It didn't collapse over here. There's a bunch of short sellers who probably got in here expected the stock to tank all the way down to like the 100, but it didn't. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you go over here and we look at it from this perspective, we look at it from this perspective right here. You can clearly see that there's a flag on the chart. There's a flag on the chart. It's there. It's so clean. It's just like SNE. It's just like SNE, right here. And right now we're literally like right in here. Okay. Now just because again, I know a lot of you are gonna be tempted to go in here before earnings. Okay, just because SNE performed really well doesn't mean that the outcome will be exactly the same as PTON. Okay, even though it looks literally structurally the same, exactly the same, the earnings right after the breakout, even though it looks like it, and it's really tempting to buy calls. Again, if you want to go in, go small. That's just my honest opinion. If you want to go in, go small, because if honestly, if they can report really good earnings, and then the stock can just whipsaw to the downside and actually go to 100, which is not what you want to get caught in. Okay, and I'm not trying to like fear monger. I'm just letting you know what could happen through earnings. So this is actually a good spot. I do expect a major move in regards to which direction it may go. If the earnings are really spectacular and the earnings is really good, this stock could easily open at 140. Okay, at 140 and then go all the way up to 150, like all of these analysts have been predicting over here in this range. Like they've been upgrading the stock to 150 over here, and the stock didn't get to 150. It just crashed all the way down, and now it has the chance to actually make it there to 150 if and only if the earnings are good enough and the reaction actually matches the earnings. Then yeah, you can expect the stock to go all the way up to 150. But then again, the downside to it is for the stock to take all the way down to 100. So I don't know about you. If you want to make that gamble, go ahead. Like earnings literally is gambling, holding through earnings, especially holding YOLO calls or YOLO puts through earnings is 100% gambling. So just keep that in mind. So that's my thoughts on Peloton. The next stock that we're going to talk about is Rocket Mortgage. Rocket companies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rocket Mortgage is probably part of this one, but it's a good buy. The stock was a great buy down here. The daily chart. It was a great buy down here, down here, and down here. It moved along with the whole market. I'm not too bearish on it. Obviously, they have earnings coming up really soon, so just keep that in mind as well as you trade in this. A consolidation down to $19 before earnings would actually be good for the stock. I want to see it drop down to $19. Then I may consider it for long. Even though it's been crushing, even though earnings is right around the corner, a move down to $19 for me would be a great opportunity for a long. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not bearish on it. There's barely any money to be made like down here. So just a consolidation would be good for the stock. And how high it could go? It could go up to $24, probably around this region. Probably after this red line around this region right here. Around $24 would be good for the stock. So that is my very honest opinion on Rocket Mortgage. A stock that one of you asked about, which I talked about before, and it still looks good. And I think today is a good time for me to follow up on that one. That stock is Sono. Yeah, Sono. And Sono looks great. As you can see, there is the bullish harami right here, followed by a continuation. And that's one part of it. The other reason why I like it is because if you go on the weekly, right here, you can clearly see that there is a reverse head and shoulders right there, which is looking great. I'm not bearish on it at all. Even though earnings is around the corner, I'm not bearish on it at all. And the price target that I did have when I talked about this stock was anywhere between first of all, we got to break 18. Okay. And if we do that, then yeah, 22 is reasonable for the stock. But yeah, that is my very honest opinion on it. I'm not bearish on it at all. I'm really not. It's looking great. I wanted to pull back to around $14, and it did that, and it's still holding there. It's still looking good. So definitely keep Sono in your watch list for today, especially if you're looking to trade intraday. It's up right now to like 1570, so it could move up a bit and then consolidate sideways between 1560 and 1624. Yeah, in this range right here, it could consolidate. So that is my very honest opinion on Sono. The next one that I want to talk about is Draftking, and congratulations to all of you who listened to that video that I made. This one right here, right? This one, and it's going perfectly well. Yes, it's going great. It's opening up right here at 41.40, and a move up to $50 will be nice within the coming days, before earnings for sure. Okay, so yeah, congratulations for all of you who got it here. This one is a hold for me. I'm not bearish on it at all. Definitely not bearish on this one at all. Another stock that one of you asked about is BYND, Beyond Meat. And Beyond Meat got so crushed, and right now it's trying to make a comeback. It's really trying, and it's about to open at like 154-ish. And this is a great dip buy because all of the short sellers will want to take their money off the table at some point. Okay, all of the short sellers here gonna want to take their money off the table. The stock looks like it wants to make a comeback, and plus, just to remember that earnings is in the way, and two things can happen. Either the stock goes all the way up to 160 at earnings on earnings day, and then it opens up higher at 180, or it drops all the way down to 120. I don't gamble through earnings, so just know where it could go. So yeah, that is for BYND. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart is okay. Yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. A move up to 158 wouldn't surprise me today. It really wouldn't. The next stock that we're gonna talk about is Jamia. I told y'all that Jamia wanted to short sellers, and it still does. It's like it's moving on up here. So again, my thoughts on it are still the same. The crash course is still there for those of you who missed it. Yeah, this one is still the hold for me. The next one that I want to talk about is apps. I did tell you that the stock was gonna bounce to $35, and the stock moved up to $38. So if you were able to cash that one, good job. And yeah, let's see if I got another one. Intel. Intel is still moving up. So yeah, my thoughts are the same on Intel. This one is a hold for me as well. Yeah. So that is it for the video. If you got value from the video, destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm as always. If you're new to this channel, definitely click on subscribe along with the notification bell and all notification. That way you don't miss out on these pre-market analysis videos, which are released 15 minutes before the market opens. And then the post-market analysis videos, which I missed the last one, I know, but again, those ones are also there in the afternoon at around like between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So if you're not following us on social media already, you can find me at on Instagram and on Twitter at Paul and Guma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB. If you are a beginner looking to get started in the stock market and looking to have access to Think or Swim, I can be getting questions like, what is this website? This is not a website. This is a software. This is Think or Swim. It's free for all to use, and you can get it by signing up with TD Ameritrade. And it's free for all. Yeah. And there are also step-by-step directions in the description of the video as well. You can also get 2 free stocks after signing up with Webull using the first link below, and then 1 free stock after signing up with Robinhood using the first link below as well in that 4-step link process that I got down in the description. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul and Guma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you this afternoon, maybe. I'll try to make it this afternoon. All right. Do not get caught on the wrong side of the trade. Okay. The market is up right now, and do expect a pullback. Just my opinion. Do expect a pullback. I'm going to see y'all this afternoon.